Good evening from San Ignacio Town. With the 9 o'clock news, I am Patrick Jones. In the headlines, regional heads of the judiciary meet in Belize. Shooting incident reported in Lords Bank Village, and Placencia police prepare for the upcoming Lobster Fest on the peninsula. Details of these stories and more are coming up on the newscast tonight, but first, these messages from our sponsors.
Singers, songwriters, performers, this is for you!
Welcome to Belize!
It's the National Song Competition Elimination Round, and 2015 is going to be big, big, big! Do you have what it takes to represent your districts in the finals? We are looking for a Belize song who will bring cool seed. One song will make I fall in love with my country all over again. Do you think you have just a song? Then sign up! What about a carnival song? You know one song will make I broke out every time I hear it play? Jump on the border, put up your hand, Belize that we. What age you ask? It no matter. We have a senior and a junior in both categories. Just sign up. This year we'll bring the elimination round to an area near you. Corozal, Orange Walk, Dangriga, Punta Gorda, Belize City, San Ignacio, Bemopan, San Pedro, and Bengue. Elimination rounds will be held June 25th through July 12th. Pick up your registration form from the place at any of the houses of culture countrywide or online at www.nichbelize.org or call us at 227-2110. Register today and win a chance to be a part of the national competition on August 8 in Belize City. The National Song Competition 2015, sponsored by the National Celebrations Commission and Atlantic International Bank. Bring it!
Take a moment, feel the rhythm of life. It keeps beating.
What if you took just a few seconds of every day to help someone else?
Every minute, it's yours and mine, mine.
It's amazing how the smallest things can have the greatest impact.
Make a difference. Pay it forward. A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
Do you believe? Do you believe that time will treat us well? Do you believe? I could never tell. What if it's all in vain? What if it didn't mean a thing? Have I gone insane? Or was it all part of your game?
Are you always on the go? Tired of missing your favorite games while they're actually being played? Watch your games and sporting events live with Central TV and Internet's incredible MyTV. Simply log on to www.mitv.bz to get easy access to 25 channels, no matter where you are. With Central TV and Internet's MyTV, you're always in the game.
Today's engine technology demands an oil of choice for your vehicles, engines and equipment. PureGuard is available in Belize in light and heavy automotive, hydraulic and automatic transmission lubricants in all current oil grades and specifications. Certified by the American Petroleum Institute, API, PureGuard is exclusively distributed in Belize by Westtrack Limited. So, give your engine the treatment it deserves by using PureGuard products and lubricants. PureGuard, premium products that will perform for you.
Here now is the news in details. The 14th meeting of the Conference of Heads of the Judiciary in the Caribbean met late last week in Belize. The two-day meeting, which was hosted by Chief Justice Kenneth Benjamin, was held at the Belize Ocean Club in Placencia Village. During the course of the sessions, the judges heard presentations by the Caribbean Community Climate Change Center, as well as presentations on Belize and the Caribbean Disaster Management Agency based in Barbados, customized to the peculiar demands of the judiciaries. According to a press release issued today, the justices also heard presentations designed to bring them up to speed with emerging areas of information technology impacting judicial systems. In attendance at the meeting last Thursday and Friday were the Chief Justices of Jamaica, Trinidad and Tobago, Cayman Islands, Turks and Caicos Islands, and Justice Rolson Nelson, representing the President of the Caribbean Court of Justice. Chief Justice Kenneth Benjamin is the chairman of the Conference of Heads of the Judiciary in the Caribbean. The regional body meets on an annual basis, and it was established to promote and facilitate closer cooperation among the judiciaries of member states and associate states of the Caribbean Community and the Caribbean Court of Justice. Its objectives include the enhancement of the systems of justice in the states represented, recognizing the importance of promoting social stability for the people of the Caribbean community. The meeting ended with a trip to the Lubantun Archaeological Site in the Toledo district. As the Lobsterfest weekend approaches, the police in Placencia is stepping up its vigilance to keep criminals on their toes and make it a safe environment for residents and visitors. On Tuesday, the police's quick response team on the peninsula conducted several searches in St. Vite Village, that is, for drugs. According to reports received, they found this object, which, from all accounts, appears to be part of a makeshift object adopted for use as a handmade firearm. The homemade gun was retrieved and taken to the Placencia police station, where it was labeled as found property. Around 4:30 yesterday afternoon, the Placencia Quick Response Team was led to an area behind the cemetery in Independence Village, where they found a 9mm pistol containing an empty magazine. Police say the weapon was found wrapped in a plastic bag and hidden inside a culvert. The firearm was retrieved and taken to the Placencia police station, where it too was labeled as found property. A man from Santa Clara Village in the Corozal district is in police detention, accused of the attempted murder of his wife. The terrifying ordeal for the woman happened around 7:30 on Monday night. The woman told police that she was assaulted by her husband, dragged by her hair, and locked inside the kitchen, where he allegedly threw kerosene on her and attempted to set her on fire. Police say the woman's injuries have been classified as harm. The 34-year-old man is detained pending investigation and will face a charge of attempted murder in addition to other charges. Police in Corozal made a huge heroin bust on Tuesday evening in Ranchito Village. The bust, conducted by the anti-drug unit of the police department, involved 16 pounds of heroin. Police say the ADU went to a house in Ranchito Village and conducted a search. During that search, just after 5 o'clock yesterday evening, officers found 7 parcels of heroin weighing in at 7,418 grams, which is about 16 pounds. 4 people at the house at the time of the search were arrested and jointly charged for the offense of drug trafficking. They have been identified as 51-year-old Fermin Velasquez, 25-year-old Eber Rivera, 51-year-old Cao Peter Lau, and 38-year-old Alba Velasquez. A man who was the victim of a shooting incident on Tuesday night is in critical condition at the Carl Huchner Memorial Hospital. 28-year-old Jorge Caceres was socializing at a residence in Lords Bank Village around 8:46 last night when someone knocked on the front door. He reportedly answered it, and the assailant entered and they began to fight. Shots were fired inside the house, and Caceres was hit and ran outside, where he collapsed to the ground. He had been shot to the neck, arm, and foot. Police say they have identified a suspect and the possible motive, according to police press officer Rafael Martinez.
The Ladyville police are following up on a lead. As a matter of fact, they are seeking a person of interest for questioning and, of course, identification.
But has someone been detained?
Someone has not been detained as yet, but police, based on the initial investigations, the person has been identified to them and they are seeking that person at this point.
Are you able to talk to us about the nature of that altercation? Was it a personal issue?
From the initial investigations, again, it seems to be a personal issue. And the persons, it seems again that the persons are not from that area, that village, not from Lords Bank.
Police did not indicate where Caceres is from, but it is believed that he and his assailant hail from the George Street area of Belize City. They have yet to speak to the injured man, but have spoken to persons in the area who witnessed what transpired. Police investigations continue. You are watching the 9 o'clock news. Coming up after the break, the Ministry of Housing prepares new policy and says grants for repairs are available. And Muslims prepare to observe Ramadan. The 9 o'clock news will continue after these messages.
Belize Camping Experience would like to thank everyone who makes BCE successful and meaningful.
To our summer camp supporters and volunteers who came from communities across Belize.
To all who supported, contributed,
and volunteered with our Harvest for Kids project.
Funds raised through last year's rice and corn crop will help maintain BCE's children's programs through 2015.
You can also support BCE by buying your bag of Circle R Premium Rice with the Harvest for Kids logo, now in a new package.
Together we can and will make a positive difference in this beautiful country of Belize.
You too can ride off into the sunset. Milon motorbikes are very affordable. There's a high availability for parts and a wide selection of models to choose from. My Milon, my bike. Available countrywide.
Hi.
Hi. Patience. Pass it on. A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
Singers, songwriters, performers, this is for you!
Welcome to Believe.
It's the National Song Competition Elimination Round, and 2015 is going to be big, big, big. Do you have what it takes to represent your districts in the finals? We are looking for a Belize song who will bring cool seed. One song will make I fall in love with my country all over again. Do you think you have just a song? Then sign up. What about one carnival song? You know one song will make I broke out every time I hear it play? Jump on the border, put up your hand, Belize that we. What age you ask? It no matter. We have a senior and a junior in both categories. Just sign up. This year we'll bring the elimination round to an area near you. Corozal, Orange Walk, Tangriga, Punta Gorda, Belize City, San Ignacio, Bevapan, San Pedro, and Bengue. Elimination rounds will be held June 25th through July 12th. Pick up your registration form from the place at any of the houses of culture countrywide or online at www.nichbelize.org or call us at 227-2110. Register today and win a chance to be a part of the national competition on August 8 in Belize City. The National Song Competition 2015, sponsored by the National Celebrations Commission and Atlantic International Bank. Bring it!
Welcome back to the 9 o'clock news. The Ministry of Housing and Urban Development is rarely heard from, but they continue to work at solving the problems of Belizeans in acquiring and maintaining proper housing. Today, it embarked on the creation of a policy on establishing social housing for the country. We attended the consultation held at the Belize Biltmore Plaza and spoke with CEO in the ministry, Denton Belisle.
Okay, we have been actively involved recently in deliberations and workshops for the SISCA, which is the Social Integration System for Central America. And we have a council of housing and human settlements, and it is based on that initiative that we came up with this proposal to develop a housing policy for Belize.
How does it help those persons who want access to housing, want access to affordable housing? What will be the target for this ministry's efforts?
Okay. Once we have a policy in place, we can then use that policy as a stepping stone to seek international funding from various international organizations for the construction of housing and improvement of housing in Belize.
The consultants attached to the project come from the German Agency for International Cooperation. We also asked Belisle about the process for obtaining housing grants for repairs from the ministry, and he said that they are available in small amounts, but application and approval is controlled by the elected area representatives. According to Belisle, the ministry works with politicians of both parties.
Well, I cannot be faulted for that perception if it's out there. All I can tell you is we try to be as equitable as possible in the distribution of these funds, but they are channeled through the elected area representatives. We have to work with the elected area representatives and bring out these funds.
Is there any means by which those funds are, the access to them are bypassed, where you don't have to deal with the politics of an area representative to get these much needed help?
No, at present there's no provision within the ministry for that type of assistance.
But you do work with both the political parties?
I work with whoever comes and has available funds for disbursements.
The exact amount of the housing grant is not known. The creation of the new policy will take about 3 months to complete. In respect of the revelation of the Muslim holy book, the Quran, to the Prophet Muhammad, and in strict observance of devotion and obedience to God, Muslims around the world are preparing to observe the holy month of Ramadan beginning on Thursday morning, June 18th. The primary feature of this 30-day period is observed fasting, no eating or drinking of any food or liquid for the period beginning at dawn and continuing until sunset daily. It is also marked by prayer, abstinence from sexual intercourse, and a devotion to practicing better behavior to gain God's favor. It also entails no cursing, lying, or other bad practices. Imam Khalim El Amin, head of Belize's Muslim community, told reporters today in Belize City that Ramadan is a reminder of the importance of self-discipline.
Any pepitos, chewing gum, anything to put in the mouth that is considered drinking, any of that thing. And also we include in it, a Muslim is told, we don't normally put it on the radio, that we avoid women too, or the women, they avoid the men. So during the day, there is no sexual activities during the fasting time. But there is something higher than just not to eat, not to drink, because the religion teaches that if a person keeps on lying, keeps on tricking, keep on deceiving, keep on doing all kinds of evil things, then God really doesn't watch him that he's not eating and drinking. Because the fast is to give us also a higher discipline of behaving better. Now, people should behave better or good and don't lie throughout the whole year. But in Ramadan now, it's even emphasized more that the fast will be rejected if you lie. It will be, you are just wasting your time, tiring yourself, and God sees no value in it because he don't see no change in your behavior.
To ensure that they will not need to eat during daytime hours, Muslims partake in a larger meal than normal in the morning and a similar meal in the late evening after sunset. They are also encouraged to be charitable. At the end of the month, there is a great feast symbolizing the end of the observance. Children, pregnant and menstruating women, persons who are traveling and sick, and elderly do not have to observe the fast, and non-Muslims are welcome to take part in the end of the day meal, whether they fast or not. Imam El Amin explains that fasting does have some health benefits.
Well, of course, what we do is that we invite, and of course people who listen in Belize about fasting, in the sense that there can be health benefits. You know that eating too much can create health problems. Eating the wrong type of food can create health problems. So sometimes when you don't eat, people want to join the Muslims because they say they want to go on a diet, or they want to experience it, or they want to participate with the community, and it is all welcome. Because basically when you do it, you realize that it doesn't kill a person to go for a day without food. You will be hungry, you will be tired, but you won't die. If you
and obviously there are other things you can be doing besides eating.
Exactly, there are other things. So many people like to join us, and sometimes even if a person wasn't fasting, when we break the fast in the evening right here at the Masjid Al-Falah, we will prepare food daily, and we invite anyone to share this food even if they were not fasting.
Ramadan is the 9th month of the Islamic calendar, and annual observances take place about 8 to 15 days earlier, according to the Gregorian calendar. This year's observance ends on July 17th. The Court of Appeal heard a second appeal by Director of Public Prosecutions Sherry Lynn Vidal today in relation to the sentence given to Wilbert Cuellar of Orange Walk. Cuellar was convicted of attempted murder by a jury along with Darwin Diaz in December of 2011. But Judge Dennis Hanuman Singh declined to sentence him as he was unsatisfied with the conviction. The judge believed that a witness whose testimony he felt could assist in the case was not called by either side, and so that made the verdict unjust. DPP Vidal had successfully appealed that ruling in the Court of Appeal earlier this year after Cuellar's attorney, Michelle Zuniga, conceded that the ruling was not correct. Following the court's decision ordering Justice Hanuman Singh to sentence Cuellar, Justice Hanuman Singh gave him a term of 3 months, beginning from the court's date of decision in March to May 21st, the day of sentencing, in effect freeing Cuellar again, as he had already served that time. Josue Chai was viciously chopped on the arms and head at a football field in Orange Walk, and Cuellar is alleged to have hit him in the head with a cement block. Co-accused Darwin Diaz also appealed his sentence and conviction and awaits a decision. A man who menaced a police officer with a firearm and then tried to run away has been charged with aggravated assault with a firearm and keeping a prohibited firearm and ammunition. 30-year-old tour guide Kareem Betancourt was read his charges before Senior Magistrate Sharon Frazier and pleaded not guilty. On June 7th, Betancourt is alleged to have attempted to enter Elements nightclub on Newtown Barracks. Inspector of Police Alejandro Cowo, guarding the door, attempted to conduct a search on him. Betancourt is alleged to have drawn a black firearm and pointed it at the officer, then turned around and began walking away. The inspector pursued and fired several shots at Betancourt, catching him in the right forearm. Police say Betancourt then threw an object into an open lot on Marine Parade. They caught up with him and retrieved the object, confirmed to be a .45 pistol with 5 rounds of ammunition in the chambers. Betancourt is remanded until his next court appearance on July 31st. The ongoing female football competition sponsored by the Adventurers Sports Club of San Ignacio Town will continue this weekend. But a game that was postponed last week due to the graduation for the University of Belize will be played on Thursday night at the Norman Broster Stadium in San Ignacio Town. That game will feature the UB Black Jaguars going up against Real West Strikers. The announced starting time for the game is 7 o'clock tomorrow night. The schedule returns to normal on Sunday when at 3 o'clock the Rising Stars will play Lucky Strikers in a game that will be broadcast live right here on TNC. Game 2 will feature the UB Black Jaguars going up against Bully Tree FC, and the nightcap will see Infinites taking on Real West Strikers. And as we go to break tonight, we note the passing of radio pioneer Gerald Garbutt. Garbutt began his career in media as a technician at the now-defunct Radio Belize. After leaving the government-owned media entity, Garbutt went on to work with other radio stations, include Creme Radio and FM 2000, the predecessor to what is now Vibes Radio. He was instrumental in the launch of the Creme New Year's cycling race, which is a major fixture now on the cycling calendar. Gerald Garbutt also served at one point as the president of the Belize Cycling Association. Gerald Garbutt died on Tuesday. He had been ailing for some time. Gerald Garbutt is remembered by former colleague and current Creme television manager Evan Moses Hyde as a competitive man who believed in being successful and professional.
What we kind of got from him was that he was a person who believed in getting it done. Like, he believed in being at the broadcast site before everybody else. A very competitive man, very competitive. And for the smallest details, he was very preoccupied with it. He wanted us to be there first. He wanted us to be prepared and ready to go, and was always concerned about that. And I think at the time of our development, it was a very important experience for us to have. And that's what I remember most of him, his competitiveness and his dedication to quality. And just his grind, man. The man, he's not a man who believed in sitting down. He wanted to get things done. He's that kind of guy. He wanted to get it done. And he wanted to get it done extremely professionally. So, salute Gerald, Salute the man. What Creme and Creme's present existence and where we are now, we have to lean back and remember people who have contributed. I mean, we're in our 26th year, and Gerald is one of those personalities and one of those persons who really laid a couple bricks around here. So we give him that respect.
No funeral arrangements have yet been announced by his family. Gerald Garbutt, may he rest in peace and rise in glory. The news on the National Channel.
Today's engine technology demands an oil of choice for your vehicles, engines and equipment. PureGuard is available in Belize in light and heavy automotive, hydraulic and automatic transmission lubricants in all current oil grades and specifications. Certified by the American Petroleum Institute, API, PureGuard is exclusively distributed in Belize by Westtrack Limited. So, give your engine the treatment it deserves by using PureGuard products and lubricants. PureGuard, premium products that will perform for you.
Are you always on the go? Tired of missing your favorite games while they're actually being played? Watch your games and sporting events live with Central TV and Internet's incredible MyTV. Simply log on to www.mitv.bz to get easy access to 25 channels, no matter where you are. With Central TV and Internet's MyTV, you're always in the game.
Do you believe? Do you believe that time will treat us well? Do you believe? I could never tell. What if it's all in vain? What if it didn't mean a thing? Have I gone insane? Or was it all part of your game?
A gusty easterly airflow is expected to become a bit more moist later tonight and on Thursday. The general forecast for Belize and her coastal waters is for cloudy skies at times tonight and tomorrow morning. Isolated thunderstorms will commence in the south at first, then spread to most areas tomorrow morning. Winds over the open sea and along the coast will be easterly at 15 to 20 knots with higher gusts. The sea state will be moderate to rough. Operators of small craft are advised to exercise caution in rough seas. Low temperatures tonight will be around 80 degrees Fahrenheit along the coast, 75 degrees Fahrenheit inland, and a cool 70 degrees Fahrenheit up in the hills. High temperatures on Thursday will be around 87 degrees Fahrenheit along coastal areas, 94 degrees Fahrenheit inland, and a comfortable 79 degrees Fahrenheit up at the exposed areas of the mountain Pine Ridge and along the Maya Mountains in the south. The tides. There will be a high tide at 11:34 tonight. This will be followed by a low tide at 4:32 tomorrow morning. The sun will rise at 19 minutes past 5 o'clock in the morning. It will set at 6:29 tomorrow evening. The extended forecast, valid through to Friday afternoon, is for showers and thunderstorms to become isolated on Friday morning. And that is a look at the weather, with information provided by forecaster Ronald Gordon at the Belize Weather Bureau. Serious flooding is forecast for Texas and Oklahoma in the wake of Tropical Storm Bill, which made landfall on Tuesday afternoon. For the latest on that, here is a tropical update with meteorologist Danielle Banks looking at the tropical flood threat and the rain still to come for parts of the south and plains areas of the United States.
Wanting to bring you the latest update on Bill, which officially made landfall as a tropical storm with 60-mile-per-hour winds on Tuesday at 11:45 a.m. in Matagorda Island, Texas. Galveston definitely saw some very rough surf out there. And by the way, the risk of rip currents does continue. A lot of people think it drops off after the storm system makes landfall. Those rip current risks will still be around for a couple of days, so please be very cautious. Another huge concern is, of course, flooding. And this is a huge concern for 35 million people. Streets turning into rivers in places like El Campo, Texas, and that flood threat is very real as well up into eastern Oklahoma as well as into sections of Arkansas and beyond. Here are the spots in Texas which are of huge concern. You can see north and east of San Antonio, and then getting up into even places like Missouri, beyond into southern Illinois. We're going to have to watch for images like this through the end of the week.
And now to summarize the news, here are the main points again. Regional heads of the judiciary meet in Belize. Shooting incident reported in Lords Bank Village. And Placencia police prepare for the upcoming Lobster Fest on the peninsula. With the headlines, we end this edition of the 9 o'clock news. Thank you for joining us. I am Patrick Jones. Have a good evening and a good night.